today we will talk about integration of rooftop solar into the power utility grid. As you all know, on-grid solar power is about generating the solar power and integrating it into the power utility grid. So today we will talk about how to integrate the rooftop solar to the power utility grid. See, generally we have what's called as a ACDB or a alternating current distribution box. The output of the rooftop solar comes into a ACDB or alternating current distribution box. This is a typical ACDB. Okay, the output from the rooftop solar comes into this box. This box has a few components, mainly a MCB, and we have a type 2 SPD. There are type 1, type 2 and type 3 SPDs. From the rooftop solar side, we put a type 2 SPD. I will come to type 1 and type 2 a little later. Then we have a relay which senses the grid voltage and cuts off at a certain thresholds. This is the contactor for the relay, and we have the ELCB. Generally, all rooftop solar plants needs a monitoring device. For this particular project, we use a inverter called N-phase, the micro inverter. So this is the data logger come monitoring device. This stores the data. Generally, all inverters comes with some kind of a data logger. And next is we have the mains. This is the mains meter, the bi-directional meter. This is the bi-directional meter. This records both input or rather the import and export of the energy. So, and then we have a solar generation meter. So, this is to record only the solar generation. Generally, all DISCOMs have this regulation to record or rather to monitor only the generation. So, this is our generation side meter. So, now we will talk about the protections even on the utility side. See, as I told you, this is our main revenue meter or the DISCOM meter. The power input comes here from the DISCOM. The output of this goes into the fuse. From the fuse, we have a set of protections here. Again, we have a MCB. On the utility side, before it gets into the loads, we install a type 1 SPDs or type 1 plus 2 SPDs. Type 1 SPDs are installed at the mains. These SPDs, the main function of this is to actually sense the transient voltages or the surges and to ground it. So, it is very important to have a type 1 SPD at the utility point. Again, we have a contactor and a relay. We have an ELCB. So, the power from our main meter goes into all these protections and then gets into the load bus bar. This is where the power is distributed into the business or into the house. Okay. So, we need protections both at the utility side and at the solar side. Basically, it is the same kind of protection. You have got the ELCB, SPD and a ELCB. Now, for this particular site, the solar is produced in single phase. So, we have all single phase protection devices here. However, the incoming side from the grid is a 3-phase system. So, you have a 3-phase meter. So, we have a 3-phase protection. Now, from the utility side, the power comes into the meter. From this protection, it gets into the load distribution center or the bus bar. Now, we need to integrate solar into the power utility grid through a bus bar. So, you can see here the mains from here is getting into this bus bar. The solar output from this ELCB goes into the production side meter, the solar generation meter, and from here one phase is integrated, the red phase is integrated. So, you can see there are 2 wires here, one is from the utility grid, one is from the solar side. So, this is the phase and this is the neutral. So, we will charge this system and show you how it actually works. So, this is our typical box, typical meter. Now, I am going to give the power into this box. So, first I will switch on the mains. So, now we have the mains. Okay. So, this is our mains and this is the bidirectional meter. This is the manual on how to read the bidirectional meter. We will come to that a little later. Now, before the power goes into the loads, we have all these protection devices. Now, currently there is no load, the load is off because all our protections are off here. So, I will switch on one by one. So, I will switch on the MCB. Now, ELCB is already on, so the load is now on. So, now from the power utility grid, the power is getting into the load. So, currently the solar is off. Now, I switch on the solar as well. So, the power from the rooftop solar is now coming in here. This is connected into the grid. So, I will now switch it on. Now, the solar has come on. Okay. Now, this is now integrated into the grid. So, you can actually see here the voltage on the grid side, sorry, the voltage on the grid side is same as the voltage on the solar side. So, this is how a typical rooftop solar is integrated into the power utility grid. As I told you, this is the bidirectional meter. This meter records both the energy which you take from the grid and what you also give it to the grid. That is why it is called a bidirectional meter. This is how this bidirectional meter is read. I will briefly run through a couple of main parameters. So, the steps on how to read the meter is given here. So, if you open this, we have this knob. Okay, we use this knob to record both the energy, we use this knob to actually scroll to get our energy reading. So, we start like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The capacitor mark on the right side is the number 7. This gives the import reading. Currently it is 0 since it is a new meter. The next step, that is press number 8, the capacitor to the left. The capacitor to the left gives the export reading. Export is the energy that we have actually given to the power utility grid. The utility grid companies use these parameters to give us our net metering bill. So, this is about grid integration of a rooftop solar, or you can also see this is how a typical load distribution as well as a AC/dB which needs to be integrated into the power utility grid. So, I'll just put a small explanation about this relay and the contactor. Generally, in all protections or in all households, we use only the MCBs. MCBs generally sense the current and trip off after a certain high current. But in most of the inverter failures, particularly in rooftop segment, we have a problem with high voltages. So, to sense and to cut the solar from the high voltage, we generally use a relay. As I showed you, this is one relay. This is on the solar side, and we also have it on the grid side. A small note here, on the grid side, see this is the relay. So, this relay is sensing the input voltage, that is the voltage from the utility grid. So, this relay is sensing this voltage and it will cut off the load in case the voltage exceeds a certain threshold. However, on the solar side, we also have a relay and a contactor. This senses the bus bar voltage, that is the, again it's a grid voltage. So, there is a dual protection. So, this relay itself will cut off if the voltage on the incoming side is higher. There is an additional relay which is now sensing the bus bar voltage, that is this voltage here. So, if this voltage goes more than a certain value, this relay is going to actuate this contactor and is going to open up the circuit. So, this is a conventional mechanical relay. We also have a digital relay supplied by Enphase. This is currently, as we speak, not commercially available, but one can use this kind of a relay. We also have certain digital sensors from a few companies. These also sense the voltage, and this will cut off the circuit if it is over and below a certain threshold. So, one can use any of these for voltage protection. And as I told you, type 1 SPDs or type 1+2 SPDs we install at the utility center, and the type 2 SPDs is at the load point. So this is not installed at the utility, this is not installed at the incoming. So this is installed at the solar inverter side. So this is a type 2 SPDs. However, type 1+2 or type 1 is at the utility center. So one must be careful that if we have a lightning arrestor installed at the site, it's very important to have a type 1+2 SPD at the utility center. Thank you.